I have a number in my mind as to how much I should be taping or how many showings I should tape. That may change tonight, depending upon if she'll let me. But anyway, just wanted to give my thoughts on what people have been going back and forth about either watching the halftime show on the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny. Now, to be honest, I'm over 60 years old. I'm not into these stars anymore. Although, remember when I was doing foster care, the kids were talking about Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny. But I got to see what Bad Bunny does. And that was interesting. And then if those that didn't want to watch that would then watch Kid Rock over on Turning Points, whatever they were doing. And yeah, the reason why I just sat and watched Bad Bunny was essentially, I really wanted to see football. I'm not really into halftime shows, especially since, essentially, to be honest, the things that we see during halftime shows are things that Christians wouldn't be doing anyway. But at the same time, I'm not going to go and watch Kid Rock just because he's not my cup of tea either. So it's not an either or. So I proposed in my mind there were three options that a person has when presented with these issues. Number one, you can watch Bad Bunny, and that would bring you in. Just the left would love you, and the Democrats would just adore you, And Bad Bunny, he's one of the biggest stars in the whole world. And okay, he is. And I just liked the way that he was able to move around in different scenes and everything like that. And the scenes changing were okay. That was actually quite innovative. But then the people grinding and stuff like that, that's something that essentially, I think as a Christian, I'm not going to do that. I don't care if I was white, black, or pink, or blue, or purple dot. I'm just not going to do that. That's just not me. Or you can be those that go for Kid Rock. And people have dug into what Kid Rock's lyrics are. And there was a particular song that he did. It was actually it was quite disturbing because it talks about doing something with underage girls. And you figure like, okay, well, maybe he changed, maybe he's different now, but you still have to account for that. You can't ignore it, And so the idea now you have Kid Rock. What my option is, to be honest, and again, speaking strictly for those who are children of God. If you don't care for that particular moniker or title or whatever you may want to call it, then do what you want to do. That's okay. I'm not stopping you. See, the thing with me is this. This country gives you the right to do quite a few things. Some things I may approve, some things I may not approve. But just because I don't approve it doesn't mean that you can't do it. That's not the law of the land. And I'm not going to legislate your holiness or lack thereof anyway. So you want to do something like that? That's up to you. But I can tell you what my feelings are about it. You can either say, yes, I agree, Elder Heyman, or no, I don't agree with it. Let me do my own thing. And this has slow connections. But in any case, so that's my view. So to summarize what I feel about either Bad Bunny or Kid Rock, and I say neither one. Neither one. Maybe I should just go to my room. Maybe I just start playing gospel songs. Whatever happens to be. I don't have to make that choice. Because essentially, neither one really appeals to me. That's just not me. Now, you can go and follow Kid Rock and whatever Kid Rock does at age 50, trying to be a star or whatever, something. Or you go to Bad Bunny and essentially listen to his music, whether you can understand it or not. I would say that, okay, he's at least a show person. He's a showman, But again, my take does not mean that you have to do what I say, or that I won't talk to you anymore if you see either Bad Bunny or Kid Rock. So I'm not going to label myself. I'm staying away because neither music really pertains to me that much anyway. What am I going to do with Kid Rock in Sunday morning worship? Or for that matter, Bad Bunny and what he does in Sunday morning worship. I'm sorry, that's me. That's my songs. Sunday morning worship. Now, of course, those songs come from Christian artists and so on. That's fine. But I just want to stress that to you. I just want to stress it to you. That just because I don't like something for me does not mean you can't do it for yourself. But the question I do ask is this. If you wish to follow God or follow Christ, would he understand what you are doing or what you are listening to and liking? Now, you can see something and just shake your head, and you generally don't really care about it, which is what I declared. I was just too lazy to go and change the channel. I knew that essentially the halftime show was going to be over, then the second half of the Super Bowl. Great, wonderful. That's me, Super Bowl. Not to mention the commercials that, to me, none of them really struck me all that memorable, but that's another story. But the key really is this. You don't have to be boxed into choices based upon whoever and whatever. So it'll be so it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3 to try to label who I am. Because in some cases, I can be quite conservative. But in other cases, I can also be quite liberal. Does it mean that I'm schizophrenic? No. I'm a person with ideas, with thoughts, and trying to live according to what Christ would want me to live. Now, I have the right to do that as well. So you don't have to hem me in to 2 choices. I have a third choice. I'm following Christ. No? Now, again, I'm not saying that if you follow Kid Rock or if you do Bad Bunny that you're going to hell. Not saying that. So before someone goes out, Elder Heyman said if you listen to Kid Rock or if you listen to Bad Bunny and all that stuff that they're doing and Lady Gaga and so on, then you're going straight to hell. No, I am not saying that. Some people can take it, some people cannot. That's just not my preference. But I will say this. What is going to give glory to God? Truly give glory to God. And not give glory to your own personal likes or dislikes. Take yourself out of the equation and place Jesus into that equation. And what do you get? That's the question I believe we all have to answer. Not whether Bad Bunny or Chris Rock is your preference. Because we have a higher calling anyway. We have a higher calling than the law of the land. We have the law of God as stipulated through the person of Jesus Christ. That's where we have to make a decision. Are you for God or are you against God? Not about whether you're watching Bad Bunny or Rock, but where your path leads in your life. Boy, Hans has been having slow connections. I'm not sure why. But I'm about to end this. Are you for God or are you not? That is simply the question that you must ask. Yourself, not others, but yourself. And then, of course, act accordingly. May God bless you. May He keep you. I'm hoping that the interruptions because of the internet didn't mess up too much. But that's the choice you have. Let me know. God bless you. Take care of yourself.